Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's regional news. We begin with some news from Jamaica. The Broadcasting Commission in Jamaica has imposed an immediate ban on the playing of music that, among other things, promotes or glorifies lottery scamming, the use of the illicit drug Molly, and illegal guns. In a statement, the Commission says the directive to radio stations reinforces its commitment to keeping airwaves free of harmful content, given the important role traditional media still plays as agents of socialization. The use of the public airwaves to broadcast songs that promote or glorify illegal activity could give the wrong impression that criminality is an accepted feature of Jamaican culture and society, the Commission noted. The Commission is also certain that it could unwittingly lend support to moral disengagement and further normalize criminality among vulnerable and impressionable youth and the young adult demographic. Commenting on the directive, Executive Director of the Commission, Cordell Green, said it was the end product of a wide-ranging process that included focused monitoring, decoding of subculture dialect and urban slangs, deliberations on balancing free expression, protection from harm, and consultation with industry. Green went on to explain that the approach was necessary given the nuisances and peculiarities inherent in content regulation. Turn our attention to Trinidad and Tobago. The Parliament of TNT has approved the notification of the President for the nomination of Erla Christopher to act as Commissioner of Police. Christopher makes history as the first woman to hold the top cop position. The acting appointment runs from October 16 to 22, when Acting Police Commissioner MacDonald Jacob will be out of the country. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, in piloting the motion, signaled that the government planned to bring in the very near future an adjustment to the law that demands that all appointments to the positions of Commissioner of Police and Deputy Commissioner of Police, whether temporary or permanent, come to the Parliament for approval. Rowley said he believed the Police Service Commission should be empowered to make short-term appointments from a practical standpoint without having to have the Parliament come out in crisis to appoint someone for a day or two. The PM said frequently the Commissioner of Police is required to leave the country either on government or police business, and it means that on every occasion this occurs, even if it is for the one day, the Parliament has to be moved. The Prime Minister said Christopher had a long and distinguished career. Christopher, who is 59 years old and holds several degrees, joined the police service in 1982 as a constable and gradually moved up the ranks. She is currently an acting deputy commissioner, a position she has held since May 2017. We close tonight's regional news with a story out of Nigeria. At least 500 people have been killed in Nigeria floods so far in 2022 as the West African country felt the brunt of heavy rainfall. The figure was announced during this week by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Nazir Sani Gwarzo, who also noted that more than 1.4 million people had been displaced and 90,000 homes either partially or completely destroyed by the floods. Sani Gwarzo noted that it is on record that over 1.4 million persons were displaced, with about 500 persons reported dead, 790,254 persons moved out of their locations, while 1,546 persons were injured. Similarly, he added that 44,099 houses were partially damaged, over 45,000 houses totally damaged, 76,168 acres of farmlands were partially destroyed, while 70,566 acres of farmlands were completely destroyed. Reports indicated that 31 Nigeria states have experienced flooding in 2022. Emergency services say the flooding experienced this year is the worst on record since 2012. The minister also said the federal government has approved emergency management plans to mitigate the impact of the flood nationwide. Nigeria has been experiencing destructive floods for years, often causing loss of lives and massive destruction of property and farmlands. The latest incident on record was that of a boat accident in the southeastern part of the country, which left 76 people dead last week. The accident occurred Friday in an area of Anambra State ravaged by flooding. And that's a wrap of the Thursday's edition of the Regional News. I'm Joel Vogt, back to you, Tamika.